Found another Sailor Moon book tag. And I like the questions to these ones too. So I'm going to answer them. Oops. Greetings, salutations everybody, Eddie here, welcome back to my channel, and it is 10:53 right now. I'm going to upload this tomorrow. So I'm going to be recording this now. It's November 11th right now, and my first Sailor Moon video is up right now, which you can click down below. I'm just right now. But so this tag that I found is from Step Into a Book World. I'll link that blog down below with all the questions. So let's just get right into it. And the books that I will be talking about, I'll put the picture right here, right in front of the Black Dagger Brotherhood. Number 1, Sailor Moon. A book that did justice to the hype. And for me, I put Little Fires Everywhere because the hype was so real when it first came out. And then there was the TV show that was coming out, and I read it. It did not disappoint. I loved Little Fires Everywhere. It was such a well-written story. The characters were great. The story was great. I just loved it. And the other one was Throne of Glass. And this was all the rave, like 2013, 2014 maybe. I love those. I love that book so much. Selena was a badass, and I just love Selena and Kale and Dorian. And I read those before Air of Fire came out, and I just fell in love with it. So, Throne of Glass and Little Fires Everywhere. Number 2, Sailor Mercury. A book character that was smarter than others thought. And for me, I put Simon Lewis from Mortal Instruments, because Jason, Isabel, and Alec sometimes questioned Simon's intelligence, especially when it came to dealing with like certain situations. Isabel never really that much, because you know she had a thing for Simon, to be honest with you. Especially in the first maybe 2 books, they questioned his intelligence and sort of, you know, what's the word, downgrade him, or not downgrade him, but like discouraged him. That's the word I'm probably searching for. And then when he became a vampire and became more familiar with the world of Downworld and Shadowhunter world, they respected him more. And so I believe that they definitely did not found him at. I believe they didn't find him intelligent. Number 3, Sailor Mars. A upcoming book that you see yourself loving. And I put 4 books down here. So the first one I want to talk about is A Promised Land by Barack Obama, because, you know, anything from Barack Obama is gonna be exquisite. And I have Michelle Obama's Becoming, but I have not read it yet. I heard it's absolutely phenomenal, so I have no doubt that it's going to be phenomenal. The other one was Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare, which is the second book of the Last Hours trilogy. I love all Cassandra Clare books, so I doubt that I'm going to hate that book. A Court of Silver Flames, which is the fourth book of the Court of Thorns and Roses series. I have not read Court of Wings and Ruin, or Course of Frost and Starlight, which I don't really think I will read Frost and Starlight. But I will read Court of Wings and Ruin because the first 2 books are absolutely amazing. So I definitely could see myself loving Court of Silver Flames. Then the other one is, of course, Gilded by Marissa Meyer, which is the Rumpelstiltskin retelling. So that much I'm excited for, because she's really good in that field. Number 4, Sailor Jupiter. A book or series with strong female characters. So I put Selena from Throne of Glass, because, you know, she's kick-ass and amazing. The female characters from the Mortal Instruments, you know, Isabel wearing a dress and heels with a whip and kicking ass is amazing. Hunger Games, obviously Katniss, and then the Lunar Chronicles, you know. Cinder is a badass, Scarlet's a badass, Cress has developed to become a badass, and then Winter is just crazy, but eventually becomes a badass without fighting, really. Number 5, Sailor Venus. A book you bought for the beautiful cover only to end up loving it after you read it. So I put 2 down. I put The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin, and I loved the cover. I think the cover looked amazing. And so I read it without knowing anything about it, and I loved it. I love I'm Becoming a Martyr. So that one, and also The Wrath in the Dawn. I knew nothing about The Wrath in the Dawn except that it was a retelling of 1001 Nights or something like that. And I read it and I loved it. So that was another case of looking at a cover, reading the book, and then just falling in love with it. Which I trained myself not to do that because it's really hard to. You know, because it's like I wasted $20 on a book that I may or may not like, and I bought it just because of the cover. Which I have trained myself not to do that because sometimes I get really disappointed and I can't get my money back. Number 6, Sailor Neptune. A theme song that comes to mind when reading your favorite book or favorite character. And so I wrote down an interesting one. I wrote down Izzy Richardson. And I put down Little Mix is Good Enough. And I put that down because the song is really about, you know, one of the lyrics is, am I still not good enough? Am I still not worth that much? And when you read the book or watch the show, Izzy is really the black sheep of the family, and she's not really seeking approval from her mother. She just wants to get accepted by her mother. Because, you know, she's struggling with, you know, just trying to be your own person. And then when I think of Good Enough, I think of her, because the whole family kind of treats her like shit except for Moody. Number 7, Sailor Uranus. A book you sped through like the wind. And I put down I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. And this book, I'll do a whole separate review about it if I feel like it. But yeah. Number 8, Sailor Pluto. A book that took you back through time. Can be literal or emotional. And I put down City of Bones because every time I think of City of Bones or I see the cover, I just get nostalgia to the first time reading it, and then bringing some close friends of mine because we shared our love for Shadowhunters. So I think of City of Bones and also Bridge to Terabithia, because Bridge to Terabithia was one of the first children's fantasy books that I read. It was one of the first fantasy books that I read when I was a child, and I was completely enthralled with the world of Terabithia and this like urban fantasy, second world fantasy, whatever you want to call it, and just the friendship between Leslie and Jess, and just amazing. Number 9, Sailor Saturn. A book that destroyed you emotionally, and I put down Clockwork Princess. I'm gonna, you know, not give spoilers, but for those who read it, y'all know what happens at the end. And I was a wreck. I was an absolute wreck. Number 10, Tuxedo Mask. A book that you knew nothing about and was mysterious going into it. And I put down Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And let me explain the story. Daughter of Smoke and Bone was a book that I was told, I knew something about it, that it was fantasy. And it was something that people who loved Terabithia or Lord of the Rings would like. And I said, I like those too, so let me read Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And I knew nothing about it. Nothing about it. And I got into it, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I'm not saying this to kiss ass, but it was amazing. Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Laini Taylor's writing is so poetic, and it was so amazing. And the fact that I went into it not knowing anything made the whole experience better for me. And finally, number 11, Sailor Mini Moon. A book or book series you loved as a child. And I wrote down Percy Jackson because, you know, that's amazing. Chronicles of Narnia because that's amazing. And then a series that no one is talking about, and I talked about it in my first Sailor Moon video, and that is The Century Quartet by P.D. Bacalario. And it's just this amazing mystery, supernatural-ish kind of series. It's so good. To those who love mystery novels, and like, it's just amazing. And it probably has, the writing is like very simplistic. It's not like the most creative writing, but it's that kind of writing that gets you through the story faster, and it was just exquisite. There's 4 books in the series: Ring of Fire, Star of Stone, City of Wind, Dragon of Seas. All 4 of those books are absolutely amazing. So there's that. Alright, so that was my second take of the Sailor Moon tag. If you guys want to do this tag, I will link the blog site down below, and I'll put all the questions down below. Any of you guys have read any of these books that I mentioned in the video, please leave your comment down below and tell me what you thought about them. If you have any book recommendations, down below. If you have another tag that you would like to see me do, comment down below. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content. And I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are staying healthy. I hope you guys are wearing your mask. Last note, Godspeed, God bless, and I will see you guys soon. Deuces.